So, all right, I think it's bleak, but I think at a certain level that we don't want to tell our kids and grandkids that we didn't do anything.
Yep.
And I feel this sense of nothing else really matters. I was going to try to start a business this year, and then with coronavirus, people destroying people's businesses that were not people of color, I was like, oh, maybe I should do that.
Yeah.
And so everything's kind of put on hold, and you're like watching this stage, and you're like, like this is the struggle. I mean, this is what people fought wars over. This is what millions of lives were lost over. This is what the works of so many was put towards.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's there's lines, and then the Marxists and the communists and the socialists just cross it. And then we put a line, they cross that one. Put another line, cross that one. Put another line. And all of a sudden we're just backed up against the wall. And I feel like there's no sense of checks and balances. There's no sense of consequences. There's no fear. It's just to keep marching forward, crushing, boil, and we're going to lose it without firing a shot.
Yeah.
And at the very least, I rather die a young coward. I rather die a young and courageous than an old coward. I at least want to say, like, all right, while we're living in Kenny's bunker, to my kids, I can be like, I tried. I put up an effort, and it didn't work out. But I don't see it as you try to put this effort together and it failed, so then it has no purpose. I think it has more purpose if we live in this kind of communist hellhole. Because I mean, anywhere else where there was communism, at least you had the United States to come to. You could show up on a through shark-infested waters, and then you were here, and great. We don't have another United States. There's nowhere to go to. And so I think we need to realize, like, you can only get out of communism with a gun.
Yeah.
You can vote for socialism, but you can only shoot your way out.
Yeah.
The challenge is that our opponent this time is going to have AI and surveillance and drones and every intense technocracy type measure at their fingertips. And there's no overthrowing of that. And so it's a bleak picture, and at the very least we're going to want to not feel like islands. We're going to want to not feel isolated, or else you're just going to be dominated. So we need to know that each other exists, because we'll probably get to a point where we won't even be able to find each other. I mean, they control social media. They constantly purge people who think like us, people who are on our side. It's constantly slanted in their favor. I mean, there's a good chance that videos that we enjoy, aren't going to be there in a few years.
Yeah.
That a page like even mine, some benign, small page, is going to be like, nope, this can't exist. Boop, and it seems to be marching in that direction. And so at the very least, we need a network of people to say, listen, I know a guy in Utah, I know a guy in Canada, I know another guy in Columbus, bunker, I know, whoever. And at the very least, there's networks and connections. And even if the page disappeared, if we could just have a presence in 30, 40 cities to say, like, okay, at least I can contact him, and then it's upon each person to kind of grow from there. And so I think it has value no matter what. I think it's an important thing to build and to have. But as a group, what would you all like to see it look like? What should a group that has those aims, those goals, what should it look like? And what is the path to victory, if there is one? So whoever wants to take it, everybody. And
I got to cheer up just to kill myself after hearing you guys talk.
Sorry.